Hey guys, I am being haunted. It can be a scary word. There's spirits, a couple spirits in my Airbnb that are hurting a lot, especially the man. And it's very interesting, the timing of how things happen. I've been here, this will be my 5th night. And right as I was starting to suspect that the energies that I've encountered here, the very intense, the intensely dark and dense, heavy yet sharp energies, like right as I was starting to suspect that they're probably spirit related, I had this lovely person comment under one of my posts, and then I went and clicked on her channel, and it turns out that she has a whole YouTube channel devoted to going to haunted places and talking to the spirits there and channeling, just channeling spirit. And I was just like, damn, what a badass. And it's like right as I was suspecting like something paranormal is going on here. This isn't just like a dense energetic environment. I'm getting so many chills saying that. You know, she commented and I noticed and I immediately was like, hey, can I contact you? I have a situation here. And I'm gonna leave our initial conversation, the initial chat we had. I'm getting so many goosebumps. I'm so flooded with grace right now and chills and all that. But I'm gonna leave the initial conversation that we had via Instagram messaging, because it was just like when we were going back and forth and she was tuning into what was going on here. I was just like, everything she was saying, it felt so true. And it was just like, yep. And she's such a powerful channel, and I'm gonna leave a link for her videos and everything. And you guys should definitely go check her out. Or if you're having anything similar happen in your life, you know, she's an awesome person to go to. Like, so it's like there's some real mastery in that realm for her. But yeah, the timing was so like apt. And also I've been having, there's one client in particular has been going through this thing where he's been feeling fearful and upset about these kinds of things. And he's had these type of paranormal experiences. And so everything is, of course, happening so synchronistically. And it was like, yeah, today I was suspecting, I was like, all right, yeah, this is probably paranormal. And I could just feel it, like there's a spirit. Well, I thought initially there was definitely one, but I've learned from her there's a man and a woman, and just deep heartbreak, which I suspected, because it felt like a lot of times, like my heart chakra would be getting attacked, and I would almost feel into it, and there was something here saying, I'm hurting so bad, I need so much love. And initially I thought, maybe this is just my inner child. But as time went on, I realized it was an attachment, meaning something from the external had attached into my heart chakra, which sounds scary. And I'm a human design projector, so I have undefined energy centers, meaning I absorb my environment's energies, which is like a gift and a curse, right? It's like a gift because I can walk into any room, any space, and I have so much information flooded into my energy field. Like I just can know what everyone's feeling and thinking. I can feel the spirit realm, like the undercurrents of energy of any room that I walk into. It's like it's beautiful. Like what a gift. I have so much information. One of the reasons I'm so gifted at helping others on their path, because I can feel what's going on within them. But the challenge of it, it's just like you take on a lot of energy. And so you have to get really strong. You have to get really rooted in your power. And so, yeah, I thought I'd reach out to a real expert. I mean, I have had a lot of experiences in these realms. I don't know how many attachments I've went through. So many, right? I've gone into haunted places before. I think I've documented an experience I had, I think a couple years ago in Vegas. And so for me, it's not a fear of it. It's just like, I just wanted to know what's going on. Like, I suspected it, but like I said, my expertise is just really helping people heal trauma. That's where a lot of my gifts go to. Understanding, helping people liberate from their fears, their subconscious fears, things of that nature, helping people see themselves as they actually are. So I have a lot of psychic gifts, but they're not totally geared towards the spirit world in this sense. Like, I can suspect things, I can almost know things, but I don't have the specifics. And it's like right when I started Instagram messaging her, she was like, I'm getting it's a guy, he's really dominant, he's kind of vindictive. She was just like going into detail. He's wearing this and that. Oh, and there's a woman and she's wearing this. And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Wow, what a gift. And she was saying she has trouble trusting herself sometimes, but when she connects with, there's a soul connection there for sure. And so she was saying when she connects with someone else who's really psychic, it helps like really fortify her confidence in her abilities. Because we all doubt our abilities. We all doubt our gifts, no matter what realm they're in. And so it's all this perfect synchronicity of, I came here, I knew I was meant to come here. I even tried to get out of this place a couple times, and the divine just wouldn't let it happen. More chills. Boy, it's beautiful. All this confirmation. And so something deep in me knew, it's like, I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to be going through this. And there's so many layers of learning, and I've had to be really rooted in my strength. Had to learn how to just be open even when there's intense energies around, and to not resist, because anything we resist, we get power over ourselves too. And now I'm kind of learning boundaries, how to work with this. It's just like it's like real shaman graduate school going on in this place. It's like exactly what I need, and it's so beautiful in the deepest sense. And it has it, and yeah, of course and a lot of people would consider these like evil spirits. And what I consider an evil spirit is just a spirit that's extremely heartbroken. They have an excruciating amount of heart pain. And they're just looking for their way back to the light. And that's what I could feel. I'm more, when I was talking to her, I was like, I'm not scared. Yeah, there's some nervousness in a sense, but I'm feeling the spirit's fear more through my body. The thing with me is like, I felt really bad for him. I was like, oh man, this guy's really hurting. That was my intuition the whole time. It's like, there's just something here that's really hurting. And I think one of the nights and it's so funny, I did a heart healing with Cesare on the last open circle, and I could feel his pain through my heart actually, and he was there for it. And the healing was happening for him too. Because I was like, oh my God, how's my heart feeling this much pain? And I was like, oh, I'm feeling his pain too. So I have, in a sense, opened myself to like allowing like, yeah, I've been doing so much deep meditation, so much light has been streaming through for this whole space. And I've been like, this is gonna sound crazy, I'm just gonna say it. It's the truth. I've been like telling him, I'm like, hey, no violation here. I'm willing to share the light. I'm willing to let the light flow outward towards you, but a lot of times I feel like attacking. It can feel attacking, but he's just like trying to grab onto like the heart space. He's like trying to grab onto love, And I have one time I had an attachment for 2 months that I took on from a client when I used to be really codependent. I should put a trigger warning before this video for sure. Yeah, I'll tell us. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say I've worked with attachments before that have been really intense for long periods of time, to where I used to be afraid of them. I'm not afraid of them anymore. I just want to learn, okay, what is here for me in this? And that's what I told her. I was like, I've done energy clearing. I've called in the big guns, I've called in, Jesus. I've called in the white light. I've called in Divine Mother. I've asserted my sovereignty. I've really claimed this space to be mine. And she was saying, yeah, he's stubborn, or she was saying something like he's really protective over his space too. And I was like, yep. And she was like, he's a big one. I was like, yeah. She's like, I can feel him pulling me down. And she's like, I'm all the way in Louisiana. And I was telling her, yeah, that's what he does. That's been the biggest thing for me. It's just been so draining, right? It's exhausting. It's like I only have so much light. And I was telling her, like, you know, I've tried all of these things and I just feel like it's kind of my karma that I have to deal with this a different way. And yeah, she was telling me, you know, he really wants to be heard. He wants to be listened to. But also get sage and do that stuff. And I've been lighting sagebrush and it's helped a lot. So yes, sometimes it's our karma where we have to kind of go through these things, whether it's a past life thing. You know, our mind can't make sense of things a lot of the time. I mean, I'm gonna say do the steps, try to clear the space, assert your sovereignty, all that good stuff. But when that doesn't work, it means there's a lesson in it for you to learn when it comes to darkness. That there's gold in it, there's value there. I can feel how much value there is in this experience for me, how much I'm learning. And so just because it doesn't go away right away doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. It can mean that there's something here that this darkness wants to teach you, or that life wants it to teach you. And it could be like your karmic path. Like you want to become a certain person, right? You want to become a certain being. Like for me, I want to become, I'm not even going to say the word shaman, but I want to have shamanistic gifts. I want to have gifts in this kind of realm. It's always been like a dream of mine, which is a strange dream, I know. So God's like, okay, you want to be that person that can help others in something like this? Well, here you go. There's no better way to learn about this than to go through it. And because I've already been through so many of these, this one, which is really big, and like she said, when she was tuning in energetically as a medium to what was going on here, she was like, oh, holy shit, I'm getting pulled down. It's like, yeah, this is like a big test. This is meeting me at my edge, right? This is expanding my capacity to work with this kind of darkness. And this is helping me cultivate the gifts and the skills that I need to cultivate to become who I know I want to be. And so yeah, for me, I'm not afraid of it. It's more just kind of like, oh, this is tiring. I would rather just be, you know, doing my thing. But I guess this is my thing in a deeper way. And yeah, I was hesitant to share about this. And I didn't share some stuff. I'm trying to keep it somewhat not as triggering. I don't know if that's helpful or not. But then Haunted Falls really reaffirmed. She was like, oh, I totally think you should share about this. And that was my intuition, that sharing about this would bring more light to the situation. And yeah, maybe there's some value in this for a lot of you who might have had similar experiences or who are afraid of this stuff. It's like, it's nothing to be afraid of. No spirit is more powerful than a human being. These are just tests. And for me, it's like, yeah, can I just stay calm in the presence of this kind of experience? And it's rooting me deeper into this strength and this power and this steadiness. And so that's a true gift. While at the same time, like, yeah, how do we move through this? Let's get the sage. Let's do that too. So anyways, yeah, fun one. Hope you enjoyed it. Much love. I guess my higher self is saying, hey, if you guys find this valuable and you want to donate to the channel, it really means a lot to me and it really helps me on my journey. And it's just, yeah, it's so appreciated. So thank you for that. I'll leave some donation links below. And I did share kind of a initial video about this earlier today. That's 15 minutes long on the Patreon platform if you want to go sign up and check that out too. Another great way to support this work. Other than that, just thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.